Let's get into today's live mailbag where I'm answering all of your questions about all your favorite teams and all your favorite players in the NBA. The season's right around the corner, so we're talking all things NBA all the time here on Chat Sports. I appreciate all those of you that do send in your questions. It makes this show a lot more fun. Jalil Davis has the first question of the day and says, what team will trade for John Collins pending if Atlanta trades him? I don't think the Hawks will be able to afford to keep him after this season. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this was a super chat from Jalil as well. So thank you, Jalil, for that. I really appreciate that. I don't know what team trades for John Collins. I think he'd be perfect in Minnesota. You know what? That's going to be my answer. I'll say Minnesota. I don't know what they give up for him. Maybe Jarrett Culver, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to lean Minnesota on this one, Jalil. Good question, and thank you for the super chat. Another super chat coming in from Vince Cavasaden. Hope I got your name right, buddy. Appreciate the $15 from you. Giannis will re-sign with the Bucks, but with a stipulation that if the team failed to make the finals the first 2 years of his contract, he can demand a trade to any team he wants. Maybe. I don't know. I think it's all about if they can win next year. And if they can win next year, then I think he re-signs without that stipulation. Now, if they don't make the finals, I don't know, but I think it's all about winning for Giannis at this point. BNice30 says, who's the starting center for Boston? You know, I think it's Tristan Thompson, but I've seen a lot of Celtic fans say that, no, it's still Daniel Theis. But I think it would be ridiculous to have Daniel Theis start over Tristan Thompson at this point in their careers, because Tristan Thompson is a double-double machine at 12 points and 10 rebounds, and he still finishes very nicely around the rim at 51%. Now, Theis is a little bit more versatile. I get that, but I'm going to lean Tristan Thompson at this point. I've said it on the live show before, that I thought the starting center for Boston wasn't currently on the team, and I think I was right because they went and got Tristan Thompson, but I kind of thought they were going to go a little bit bigger with a guy like Miles Turner. So I'm going to lean Tristan Thompson for now, but I still think there's a good chance they end up trading for someone bigger like a Miles Turner of the Indiana Pacers. So who do you guys think will win the Most Improved Player award this next season? I've said Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I think I'm going to stick with that one because he has all the opportunity in the world to run the offense in Oklahoma City. But what do you guys think? Who will it be? Maybe he's named. Maybe I've mentioned him. Maybe I haven't. But let me know and get your shout-outs down below in the comment section. Abram, I'm not sure. Sorry if I messed up your name. Says, can Clippers win Tittle? No, he says, can the Clippers win the title? Yeah, they absolutely can, but I don't think that team is very well run. I don't believe in Ty Lue. Wow. I don't believe in Ty Lue as a head coach for that team, and I think they have a lot of internal issues that they need to figure out, and until they start figuring those out, it's just not going to happen. I think there's 3 teams, at least 2 teams already better than them in the Los Angeles Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks for winning the title. Mintrog99 sends a super chat, says, are the Mavs attractive to the big free agents in 2021? I'm going to say yes, simply because you have one of the best players in the NBA in Luka Doncic, but at the same time, you got to be realistic if you're a Mavs fan, and I know this better than anyone as I've been following the Mavs since I was a little boy. The Mavs haven't ever landed a big-time free agent. They just haven't. That's the God-honest truth, and it hurts to say, but the Mavs have also never had a player like Luka Doncic on their team, and now that they have Luka, I think people and players are going to want to say, hey, I want to play with that kid. He has that gravitational effect and has that magnetic energy of a guy that you want to play with. So I'm going to say yes. Maybe it's not Giannis, but it's not Giannis or bust in 2021. Bradley Beal is the best player, 86, says Wizards, Westbrook, playoff Beal. Great question. I really appreciate it. If you're saying, are the Wizards going to make the playoffs? Yes, I think so. I think Westbrook and Beal will get that team there, and I like Rui Hachimura, I like Davis Bertans, and I love the pickup of Deni Avdija. That Wizards team, I'm going to be honest, they're kind of easy to root for. I used to not like Russell Westbrook that much, but now I'm like, hey, I'll cheer for the Wizards. I want to see that team succeed. Jaden says, what do you think the Bucks starting 5 will look like? I think it's going to be Drew Holiday, Dante DiVincenzo, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez, and Chris Middleton. That's who I was forgetting. I think that'll be your starting 5 on night 1. I know producer Sam in the background really wants Torrey Craig to start all the time for the Milwaukee Bucks, but he's just not that good at this point. Now, maybe they want to go a little bit smaller, and they go Bobby Portis instead of Brook Lopez, but I think bringing Brook Lopez off the bench would be a bad idea. So that's what I'll go with. I think that's a pretty solid starting 5. If you want to keep up with your favorite team all throughout the season, hit this link right below at youtube.com/chatsportstv because the season is right around the corner. Starts at the end of December. And, man, I am so excited for it to get going because I'm going to have all the coverage for you here all the time at youtube.com/chatsportstv. Check us out and make sure you subscribe today. I promise you will not regret it because guess what? It's 100% free. So I'll promise you a refund if you really need it after you subscribe. Vince with another super chat says, with Klay Thompson injured, either Kelly Oubre or Andrew Wiggins will win most improved. Bold question or bold take. Here's the problem. Wiggins averaged 20 points per game last year. Oubre averaged 18. If you're going to be the most improved player, you got to take a pretty sizable step up. I'm not sure how much higher those two can go at this point. So I do think they will both improve. I think they will both definitely improve efficiency-wise as they're playing with probably both the best players they've ever played with in Steph Curry. Actually, definitely the best players either of them have ever played with in Steph Curry. But saying they're going to be most improved is a little ambitious for my liking. So I'm going to disagree with you, but I like the bold take. Tyrone Sankey says, will the Lakers add a defensive small forward as a backup to LeBron? I believe the Lakers should go get Andre Roberson, but I don't think they have the room to do it. I think their roster is completely full at this point, and I just don't think they're going to go out and pay Roberson a minimum contract at this point. They signed Jared Dudley. I think Roberson would be more valuable than Dudley on the court, but off the court, the Lakers, they believe Jared Dudley is important in the locker room, so that's fine. So I'm going to say no, not because I don't think they should, but I'm going to say no because they don't have the room to, unless they decide they're going to waive, a guy like Taylor Horton-Tucker or Jared Dudley, because really at the end of the day, or Alfonso McKinney as well. If you went and you waived Alfonso McKinney and you signed Andre Roberson, I think that would be a really good idea. So I think they should. I just don't know if they will. Trenton Biddle says, will Luka win MVP? Yes. I originally said Steph Curry for a long time. I was all on board with Steph Curry, but then Klay Thompson got hurt. And I think with Klay getting hurt, that hurts the Warriors' chances of actually being, a top 4 team in the West. And if you're not a top 4 team in your conference, I don't think you should win MVP. I just don't think it makes sense. Because if you're really that valuable, your team would be better. That's just how it is. So if the Mavs are top 4, yes, I think he will win MVP. Kyle Canterbury coming in with a question, but before we get there, I want to give a shout-out to Jay So for the $1 Super Chat. Didn't send in a question, but sent the money, so we appreciate you, Jay. Kyle says, if the Westbrook-Beal experiment fails, do you see the Pelicans as a possible trade destination for Beal? Yeah, I think they have the package to do it. I think they have the money to do it. I think they have the draft picks to do it for sure. But then you got to think if you're the Wizards, you got to trade Westbrook as well, and I don't know what you're going to trade him for, and I don't know where you're going to trade him either. So, yeah, I think the Pelicans could definitely be an option for Bradley Beal. Paul Patayuman says Kuzma for Wiggins. Wiggins is better than Kyle Kuzma, okay? Let's just be clear. I know Andrew Wiggins was, a bust as a first-round pick or a first overall pick, but at the same time, he's still a great player. He's still a 20-point-per-game guy. Kyle Kuzma is a 12-point-per-game guy. I'm sorry. He's just not as good as Andrew Wiggins. That's the God-honest truth. And if you want to get either of their jerseys, chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. They've got them available. Chatsports.com/NBA jerseys has any jersey, any team, any player that you need at this link right here. It's almost Christmas time. You might as well go get one while you can for yourself or for the loved one in your life. These jerseys are shipping for free for a limited time only, so check this link out. Help us out by clicking on this link at chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. Grant B says, will Nico play meaningful minutes for the Warriors? Obviously being Nico Manion. I think there will come a time when he does. Nico Manion is, he was a great second-round pick when it comes to value. I think he will absolutely be somebody that can contribute right off the bat, but he is on a two-way contract. I think the only way you see Nico Manion make an immediate difference on this Warriors team is if Brad Wanamaker just isn't that good. And in all honesty, Brad Wanamaker isn't all that good, and I think Nico has a chance to prove himself. I hope he does because I think he was undervalued and underused at Arizona, so I think if he goes to Golden State and they use him properly, he could easily be a solid backup or third-string point guard. But if you want more Warriors coverage, youtube.com/Warriors TV. That's where we got all our Warriors coverage for you for all you Dub Nation fans. So let me ask you this question. What team will be the biggest surprise next year? And you can say it in either respect. Whether it's the most surprising as in most disappointing, or most surprising as in, hey, this team is really good and nobody expected them to be. Let me know in the comment section. Get your shout-outs down below. What team will be the biggest surprise for people to watch next season? And you can go either conference. It doesn't have to just be one conference. Give me the West and the East. Let's do 2 teams that you got for the biggest surprises of next year. I think there's a lot of good teams to watch out for and a lot of teams that could make a big splash in the NBA. Matty Deka says, what is the biggest missing piece for the Mavs? I think it's really just 2 things. I think it's experience and health. And I know that's probably not the answer you're looking for. You're probably saying, hey, well, who's the player? I think they still could use another playmaker next to Luka Doncic. But in all honesty, this team is set for the future, even if it's just Luka and KP, and they are healthy. That's what really matters. But they do need another playmaker next to Luka Doncic. They brought back Trey Burke. They drafted Tyrell Terry. They're getting Jalen Brunson back. Those aren't really the kind of playmakers I'm looking for. If I'm the Mavs, I'm trying to go like one step up to another kind of guy. Lucas Darkwood says, do the Nets need a 3-star to win a ring, a 3rd star to win a ring, or could they win one with their current team? I don't think they need a 3rd star. I think they could win one with their current team if they're healthy. Now, if they're not healthy, yeah, you need to go out and get somebody else. But as they're currently constructed, I think they could easily win a championship in the next 5 years. One more Super Chat coming in from Vince. If you want your question answered on screen these last few minutes, send us a Super Chat like Vince did. It says, who's the TJ Warren of the 2021 season? The player that nobody expected to be decently good all of a sudden. So TJ Warren's always been decently good. It was the bubble that he really stepped out on. Man, I think Darius Bazley could be that guy. I know he's a second-year guy. Not most improved territory, but he could at least be in that camp of, holy crap, this guy's averaging 12 to 15 a game. This guy was into the first-round pick just a couple years ago. I'd watch out for Darius Bazley of the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think he's going to take a big next step up. Another guy to watch out for, Chris Boucher of the Toronto Raptors.